Hello everyone, this is Husky here back with some more StarCraft 2 Heart of the Swarm 1v1 action. This time is going to be between ForGG down at the bottom left side, who is an old school Brood War player who has been playing professional StarCraft for an extremely long time. And down the bottom right side, it is going to be Vortix. Now this is going to be from the Team League once again on the event that Razer is putting on, which is actually really good. The Team Axiom match just took place. About 12,000 people were watching that on Total Biscuit stream alone. So a lot of people have been tuning in for this series. Vortix is on Team Karant 3. Hopefully I'm saying that correctly, as I'm terrible with names, as you guys know. But I do want to talk about these players a little bit. Number one, Vortix is a player from Spain, which is freaking sweet. He's also brothers with Lucifron, who of course is also from Spain. And Lucifron does play Terran, and both Lucifron and Vortix have been very successful in StarCraft 2. It's kind of cool to have two brothers that are pro gamers. Reminds me of the Plot brothers, but I do believe that they've been active a little bit longer, if not a lot longer than the Plot brothers were. But either way, I gotta be honest, it's awesome to see two brothers playing. I've seen them duke it out before in tournaments, which is just heartbreaking to see them have to eliminate each other, but they're so good that they make it that far. And now Vortix in the past has been, I wouldn't say accused, but there have been a lot of talk about how he may just be a quote-unquote patch Zerg, which I think is just basically insulting because he is a very good player. He's won about $45,000 playing StarCraft. His brother has, or actually no, he's won $47,000. His brother has won $45,000. So roughly $100,000 between them, and they are on a team together, which is awesome. So definitely keep an eye out for them. ForGG on Team Millennium, going to be representing them here in this game, is going to be going for Command Center first, which I think is a great idea. I love doing this as Terran. Not that I'm anywhere near this level of play as they are, but getting that Command Center up early helps you keep up with that worker production that Zerg is just going to be busting out. Now, it does look like the drone right here going to be harassing the SCV. Probably not going to be doing all that much, though. Let's be honest. I think the SCV here is going to be able to defend him unless he actually does do a lot here, as it does look like the one SCV is going to be taking over right now. This drone actually proving to be quite annoying. Two SCVs have to be pulled off here to deal with it, and it looks like he's going to go ahead and, oh, he does put a depot down, so this drone is now trapped forever. So he can either try and kill it with the Marine or let it out so he doesn't have to deal with it. He does have the one SCV stuck to it for now. Might actually be able to kill off this SCV. Oh, that was so close. 5 HP remains. The Command Center is now back up and running. Oh, God, this SCV. He wants to get out of there. He's going to try and get out of there. Trying to intercept it right there. Can he get the touchdown? Oh, so close. And, uh-oh, he actually got trapped with it. The drone could have killed him. And he is going to lower that depot. He does not want to lose his SCV at any cost. Looks like he might have to run it all the way across the map. Oh my God, this drone is so pissed. He finally gives up, though. He's going to go back home. Didn't really get to talk about ForGG that much. But as I was saying before, he is an ex-Brood War pro, which, you know, the Brood War pros, as long as they want to be good, as long as they're actually really into StarCraft 2, they will do exceptionally well if they really focus. Now, players like C, for example, actually started playing StarCraft 2, and then very shortly thereafter went back to Brood War because they just weren't, it wasn't their game anymore, as they wanted to just continue playing Brood War. So, ForGG, though, has embraced StarCraft 2 with open arms. He's done very well in a lot of tournaments. I think he's won about $40,000 in tournaments so far, which is not too shabby at all, especially since he's, you know, a Korean player, which means that a lot of the tournaments he's participating in have the cream of the crop, the best of the best players in the world, tend to almost always all be Koreans. And that's just kind of a fact. That's just how it is. However, there have been players like Mana who have been tearing up the Team League, not only versus non-Korean players, but versus the best of the best. I think he's something like 9-2 so far, and the majority of those are Koreans, so awesome work there to Mana. I think this is really going to be his tournament. Now, remember, I am casting the last game in the series. ForGG and Vortix have both beat a couple players so far in this round. Or in this match, I guess is the correct term. Or in this series, maybe is what I should go with. But either way, this is going to be the last match for these teams. The winner of this is going to put a win up on their board. And I got to say, that would be a huge win for K3, the team that Vortix is on, because they are one of the only teams that has no Koreans on it. So if they could actually make a name for themselves, not needing Koreans and doing well in this team league, that would be huge. Now, of course, friendly reminder that there is the revive ability in this series, in this tournament, where you can actually revive your ace player if you would like, and bring him back later in the round, which is actually kind of cool. I think the reason they did that is so that if your opponent if your opponent's team has a really good player who's just going to steamroll all your players, you have a chance to actually bring back your best player to bring him down. It's actually a really cool thing. I was kind of confused by it at first, didn't quite understand it, but after watching a lot of these games, I think it's kind of cool. It makes the rounds much more close, and it definitely is a bit of crazy sauce going on towards the end of the round. So anyways, that's kind of my opinion here. I will be casting more of these games. We actually have a Nidus Worm on the way for Vortix. Roach is being produced as well as the Glial Reconstitution. Now the real question is an Overlord in place? Looks like there is one right here. Is it spotted though? Just out of vision, and I mean just out of vision. There is that Overlord. Looks like the Marines here are not going to suspect a thing. Can Vortix actually do this? Can the player from Spain make it happen? It does look like right now the Nidus Worm is going to be coming down. Now remember, ForGG is not going to know about this until it makes the noise. Yep, that's exact noise that they make when they pop out of the ground. So here we go. Hope you guys are ready for this because it is so happening. Oh, it's so... okay, well... That was anticlimactic because units started coming out of it right away, so we didn't get the awesome animation, but it looks like he's going to go straight for the tech lab. No stim pack is going to happen here. ForGG all of a sudden in a lot of trouble. He's bringing back his Hellions here, but he did not expect this whatsoever. I love bringing the Queen to put down the creep tumor. That's basically just going to force your opponent to have to scan at some point. It gives you vision as well. He's going to go straight for the Nidus Worm. More roaches were able to pop out, though. At least I think they were roaches. Yes, they were. And oh my god, this Nidus Worm attack is doing a ridiculous amount of damage. Vortix is going to feel great after this. And you got to remember that ForGG was going a very weak against Roach's build. You can see how many Hellions he actually has here, and it is not as many as you'd like. Another Nidus Worm trying to pop up right there. I didn't even notice that, and I'm the caster, but more Roaches able to safely make it through. And it does look like the Creep Tumor will actually get taken out here from splash damage alone. That is the one thing that was unfortunate there for Vortix, is that he wasn't able to continue the creep thread, wasn't able to force the scan, which he would have loved to do. The splash damage from the Hellions able to pay off there, but I wouldn't say it was in a big way by any means. Take a look at the units here. You can see 29 SCVs to 43 drones. Workers killed is 10. Overall units lost is about even. I don't want to say that that attack, you know, put Vortix in a commanding lead, but it definitely made him a little bit more comfortable, and he can kind of decide what he wants to do from here. The reason I say that, not so much on the workers killed, not so much on the fact that, you know, he did a lot of damage to the units that ForGG has, but more about the mining time that was lost. There's a lot of SCVs pulled off the line for that. Another Nidus Worm here going to be popping up right at the front of the base, just going to be unloading those units immediately. I got to say, I do love this from Vortix. You do have to remember, though, that the Nidus Worms themselves do cost a lot of money to actually keep deployed. Oh my god, there's so many roaches. He's actually just going to go for it. SCVs are pulled off the line. There's not a whole lot here. The bunker may go down. Can he save it? Nope. The bunker dies immediately. Marine's not going to fare much better. The SCVs here trying to engage, but he doesn't want to lose too many here. A siege tank on the high ground going to take one quick shot and scare those away. I don't know if he did as much damage there as he would have liked. Workers overall killed 15, so we grabbed up 5 more workers there. I'm wondering if he keeps staying this aggressive, if it's actually going to work or if it's going to backfire. Looks like he's doing a little bit of both. He did make some more roaches as well as more drones, so I think he has roaches. Yep, they're just rallied right there to the expansion. And the roaches here have got to be super, super careful, because the siege tank on the high ground could actually move the tank over a little bit and cover the majority of that. Wouldn't be able to kill off all of it, but would be able to get a lot of it. And here comes those units right now, and looks like there's some awesome perfect size storm movies. Cineplex. Sorry, I love the little doodads there. I can't help it, especially when they kind of redecorate the maps, make them look awesome. But here comes a semi-Doom drop. This is not the most terrifying Doom drop. This is like a Doom 3. You know, we've been there, we've been kind of scared, but still a pretty good game. So we'll see if we can actually manage to pull anything off with this drop. I love the creep thread covering the entire base, the majority of it, anyways. There's only one little safe haven down here. Not only does it give your units the ability to get surrounds easier, but it also prevents those drops from going unnoticed while they're unloading. Because those few vital seconds, look at this, allows him to get in position. So yes, he lost an Overlord, but now he's able to bring the roaches up here, able to buy some time, able to prevent the scans from coming down to clean out his creep. So just having the creep thread there is helping him out in a big way. The roaches, though, doing lots of damage. We see a big stim. There it comes out. Stim pack is finally done. Keep in mind that stim got very, very delayed there for a while by the original Nidus Worm, and I think this is going to get cleaned up. Vortix just being in command He's large and he's in charge this game, as he is barely ahead in supply, but able to prevent the drop, able to do some damage with a nice worm, able to delay stim pack, which is now done. But still, I mean, the damage has been dealt. He has more roaches on the way, infestors on the way as well. So I will say, if Vortix can actually beat ForGG, who is definitely one of the better Koreans out there, he tears up ladder, by the way. If he's able to beat a player like ForGG, I think calling him just a patch Zerg is proven to be insulting, because he is sick good. We do have the creep strike going to continue through the center of the map. It is a little bit behind where he would have liked. ForGG does have a third base on the way. He does have a starport with the reactor, but he can't really afford anything out of there just yet, at least not at constant production. He needs a lot more units than he currently has. He's going to go for another big drop. You have to remember, though, that putting all your eggs in one basket like this, essentially with one drop all at once, if it gets spotted and the army gets into position, it can be cleaned up, especially with the infestors here. And you can see right there, all of a sudden, he's like, ruh-roh, I saw those. He's going to go ahead and unload right here, but his drop has already been spotted. Even the Evo Chamber has spotted it. That's how unhidden this is. Doesn't look like Evo Chamber has faces right there. It definitely looks like to me. Oh, the fungals! Oh no, the fungals! This is what I was talking about. If you put all your eggs in one basket, you are going to die if fungal growth catches you. All of a sudden, ForGG regretting that huge decision there that he made. It did not work out. He has indeed made a huge mistake, Arrested Development style. I don't even know if that's recoverable at this point. The amount of units lost there is going to tie it up overall, but take a look at the workers. 85. Some of them just popped, but 85 to 44. He's got his fourth base up, and he is basically scared ForGG into having to stay into his base. So it's one of those situations now where ForGG has to make risks. Does he go for a double expand? Does he try and saturate at least this third base right away and take a risk of the Zerg player just taking over the map? Or does he attempt to do multi-pronged drops and risk leaving his main base exposed? At this point, he has to do one or the other. Looks like he's going to go the economic route, going to try and drop down a bunch of mules, and maybe try and get a maxed out army, mixing in some mech units, mixing in some marauders, some more robust units there to try and deal with it. So as long as Vortix doesn't choke right now, and I mean literally like actually choke on something and pass out, he's going to be in pretty good shape. It's going to be hard for him to throw this game away. Here's another nice one on the way. This one will be spotted. You can see ForGG knows about it immediately, regardless of the fact that, remember, it doesn't make the ping on the map for the players. There's the stem. This nice worm is not meant to be. It's going to get taken out, and there a fountain, a geyser of blood just spraying everywhere. But this bought him the time to get the army out of position. It allows him to get a fifth base, and if he paid a little bit of money to guarantee a fifth base, I would say he is coming out ahead on that one. ForGG definitely going to be struggling here. You should see Vortix either A, get maxed out extremely quickly, or B, go for a higher tech unit and save up a lot of money to get, mass muta, maybe some broodlords, which is actually what it looks like he may be going for with the greater spire here. If you're wondering why he's going for broodlords when Vikings are such a good counter now to the broodlords, I mean, they've always been pretty good. The reason that broodlords are still good in this situation, we have an Ultra's Cavern as well, is that he knows that ForGG is going to be hurting for money, so the chance of him getting a lot of Vikings is very slim. As we know, Vikings are also not very good versus Ultras when they land, given the cinematic. Here comes the Infestor right here, though. Might be able to throw out some fatty fungals. 1-2, and the 3 knockout punch is going to be the Infested Terrans. He might actually be able to break this just with what he's got. I think that this was a little bit premature, but hey, if it works, it works. The fungals ridiculous coming on out on these units as ForGG got caught right there. The fungals able to kill off the majority of that army. I gotta say, Vortix is freaking good. I want to keep this just between you and I, guys, but he is freaking good. Now, ForGG, though, not going to be giving up here, dropping lots of mules. He has managed to do more damage than he has received, but you can see that Vortix has spent more money on his army, so he has more money to burn. He's spent more on tech. He's spent more on economy. He is ahead in every single way. His income is basically tied with Terran, and that includes 5 mules that have just been dropped right there. Going to be mining away for our Terran player ForGG, but, if you're going up against 80 drones with very good saturation from our Zerg player, it's basically impossible to keep up. You also have to remember that Vortix has a lot of money, which he has just invested in 8 Broodlords. Broodlords are good friends to have. There they are, and he is going to add these to his army, be in pretty good shape. And you also have to remember that, there's not really much anti-air. I love the new skin for the Zerglings. You have to unlock that with lots of experience points. You can actually get that. But either way, Broodlords are such a great choice right now. He knows he's ahead. If he forces Viking production, that's fine. He's got the fungals to deal with the ground army, which means the medevacs cannot heal. And if ForGG does not make Vikings, then he basically loses. So either way, it's going to be a tough spot for ForGG. And it's one of those things where you got to remember that ForGG was behind almost from the beginning. His drops didn't do any damage. His second drop suffered a lot of damage. and wasn't able to do all that much. Looked like a minor attack over here. That drop is not going to happen. 4 Marauders trying to take out a Spinecrawler. He would have liked to really take out a hatchery there or something like that. He does find a more undefended expansion. Probably a good idea not to go that way, though. Medevac here, got to be unloading those Marauders. Decides to heal them up. One Marauder's like, no, you guys go ahead. I'll just stay here, and could attack with these Marauders at any moment, but the Broodlords are here. I don't really think there's a whole lot that ForGG can do. He's only got 1 attack upgrade, by the way, while the Lings are at 2-2, so that's why these armies are just going to melt away. ForGG getting hit by the huge bungles. It looks like Vortix is actually going to be able to do this here. He may be winning it for his team. K3 looking pretty good. One of the only teams without Korean players on it, and he is absolutely destroying ForGG right now. ForGG is a really good player. I wouldn't say he's the best Terran by any means, but he is one of the just good, reliant players for Millennium. It does look, though, like the Broodlord is going to be able to clean this up. I don't think that this Marine Marauder Death Ball is even that. It's not a Death Ball. It's like 2 Marines. The rest of it cannot even shoot air. It is all going to get taken out here. SCV's Marines going into the fight, trying to take the Broodlord. Even the transfuses on the Queen, and there's the GG. ForGG unable to actually do that as the Queen's walking all the way across the map. Actually, there was a lot of Queens. Getting 4 Queens in there to transfuse the Broodlords. They get so many kills. 1 kill, 5, 14, 11, 6, 6, 7, and 7 on those kills. That is absurd. The Broodlord tech switch was phenomenal. I love this as well. The 3-3 with the chitinous plating. So as soon as the Viking production begins, the Ultralisks come out, and then there's just nothing to deal with that. So I gotta say, Vortix almost slapping ForGG around this game. So he's gonna put a win on the board for Team K3, and that is going to be their first victory here. I'm actually going to be keeping a close eye on them. They have very few players and no Koreans on the team for this league, and for this team league, that is. So I'm kind of curious to see exactly what this team has in store. I gotta say, I've been really enjoying casting these games because, number 1, we get the awesome ace match between the players, and number 2, we also get a kind of cheer for our favorite teams. Team Axiom, maybe I'll cast it. I don't know if I'll actually have time to cast it. Either way, Team Axiom had a very close series. I will definitely say that for their first round. So anyways, hope you guys enjoy it, and I'll see you guys next time.